entire cut. And for this cut, I really want to keep sort of a bohemian body throughout, lots of organic shapes, and of course lots of volume and pieciness.
I'm going to be showing you Berlin here, the Berlin cut, and again we're going to keep with that spirit, that rebellious spirit of Berlin. And I'm also going to be using my blade. I'm going to pick up my straight shears towards the end of the haircut as well.
So for San Francisco, I'm using my blade with a pen cutting technique. So I'm holding my blade just as you would hold a pen when you draw a picture. And I'm going to use my blade to actually carve in the shape around her face, just as you would use a pen to draw a picture.
Using the pinch and skim technique with my blade here on the fringe, I'm actually pinching the hair, and what that does is the outside here, it slightly overdirects the hair into the middle here, so it creates, when I release that, it creates this choppy but very still soft diffused line in there.
So I'm picking up pieces around her face. As I move her hair around, I can see where it kind of wants to lay flat. Picking up those pieces, using my blade, and just curving around to remove weight. I love this technique because in the same way that you would draw a picture, you can really create a fringe, you can create face-framing layers to customize it depending on your client. When they want to accent their cheekbones, their eyebrows, their jawline. So for Natalie, she's just all over gorgeous. So I'm going with a very soft pen settings all around. I find that stylists typically have a lot of hesitation using a blade on dry hair, in that it's all about the preparation. And Sebastian really provides liquid tools to help smooth the hair, moisturize the hair, so that you're going to have a nice smooth surface for your blade to glide across.
As I'm skimming here, when I'm using my blade, I'm using a really light texture. I'm sorry, not light pressure. And I'm skimming just above a good inch or so, inch and a half above my line. It creates this real softness, and this fringe will really lay tight to the forehead. Really great profile.
So a great way to check and see if you have enough texture is to simply take your hands and sort of move them together. I like to call it a kneading motion. It also is kind of like a show me the money, right? Money, money, money. Symbol with your hands. So by using that movement, I'm just massaging the ends of her hair. And when I see them start to take shape, I know she has enough texture throughout. I'm loving that.
As I round out around the eye here, I'm using the heel, I'm holding my blade at the heel, so it gives me complete control. And as I move around the curve of the eye here, I'm moving my way down to the cheekbone and down into the jawline. It's really going to open up her face. She's a beautiful girl. She's got great features, great cheekbones, so we're really going to accentuate that.
So as I begin to move into my layers through the crown, I really want to feel the hair and feel where she needs weight removed, where she needs body. So I'm simply putting my hands into the hair, feeling where I want to remove some of that weight. Now to maintain that organic bohemian feeling in the San Francisco, I'm not going to be taking exact sections, section 1, section 2, section 3. Instead, I'm doing it by touch and by feel, which is really what Sebastian is all about. It's a very visual cutting technique. So I'm going to actually pull away her crown, just by feeling the top of her head. just separating top from the bottom. No exact circle, no exact shape. Just working with the natural body.
And that's a great point, Rochelle, with the visual, very visual. It's about how it feels and really visual. We're visual people as artists, as hairstylists. So it takes a well-trained eye, but as your eye develops, you start to see the balance and the texture. We got to trust sort of our instincts.
Absolutely. And I really think Sebastian gives us the perfect platform for that, with products that give you a very tactile texture, smooth, sticky, wispy, so we can incorporate that into the hair. So as you can see, Natalie has enough hair to spare. So with that, I'm going to be removing some weight through the back of her head and through the sides with a little peeling technique, while maintaining all the length through the crown area. This will give her a nice weight so that her hair doesn't fly away because it's so thick. So with that, I'm picking up sections just by touch. Elevating, and by taking my blade, applying my thumb to the guard and peeling away short to long. And by massaging the hair, I can start to see those pieces take shape. Now to maintain her outline, as I pick up each piece, I'm stopping about an inch before her hairline.
Now as I'm working through the back here, I'm working on I'm going to use another skim cutting technique to create this really, I'm going to bring up this line a bit here. And again, while using my blade, again, skimming a good few inches above where I want my line to sit. And with the skimming technique, it's really going to create a lot of movement, a lot of texture, and remove a lot of weight in there. So this really just moves and shakes really well.
So I'm simply peeling. I really love this layering technique because it is so soft. It's not a haircut where you see 1, 2, 3 layers in the hair. It's very seamless. It's very soft. It's giving her a lot of movement. Anthony, I absolutely love her fringe.
Isn't it great?
Oh my gosh, her eyes are gorgeous.
Why not show them off, right?
That's right.
We as hairstylists and artists, we accentuate, the good features that our clients have. Bring out our best assets.
I want to thank all of you for coming out and sticking around to see our show at the end of day 2, Ice Show. What have you thought of what you've seen so far? Love the show? In addition to shows and events, we also have 2 studios in North America. We have one in Los Angeles and one in New York. I'm actually a studio artist at the Los Angeles studio. We teach all classes from coloring, cutting, styling, bridal hair, barbering. We even create custom seminars for your salon. So you can bring in your entire salon, format a class depending on what you need, and we can facilitate that class for you in Los Angeles or New York. We even have business building skills, which is huge for salon owners as well as for up-and-coming stylists who want to build their clientele and build their portfolio. Because frankly, if you do business today the way you
continue your education because not only are we developing our own skills, making us better at what we do, but we're also making our industry better. You know, by getting education and raising your own personal level, we're creating a standard and we're raising the bar for the whole industry.
Absolutely.
So please visit Rochelle at the Studio LA.
You may see Mr. Anthony there. He comes to the studio very often. So now, as I'm looking through Natalie's hair, I'm noticing that there's some weight through the middle and the ends. So I'm going to go in with a vertical skimming technique. Again, just picking up the hair, and this time I am including the outline. And I'm finding my peeled layers through here and simply taking my blade and skimming very gently towards the end. Again, just using my hand, feeling the hair, feeling where I want to remove some weight through the middle. Now when you're skimming on dry hair, pressure is everything. The slightest amount of too much pressure and her hair is gone, right? So when I'm skimming on the surface of the hair, I like to think of it like buttering toast. If you butter your toast too hard, you get crumbs everywhere. If you butter your toast very softly, you'll get a little yummy butter, right? So the perfect amount of pressure is just that medium to light pressure, and the only pressure you should feel is really the blade on the hair. Right? So using that heel of your blade to really start that skimming action. So I'm doing vertical skimming, whereas Anthony's doing a little bit more of a horizontal skim, and you can see the difference in the texture that that creates.
So with this collection, Urban Explorers, with our visionary that Sebastian teamed up with Simon Hamid, you know, they wanted to find cities around the world that are up and coming, that are new, that are fresh. As fashion capitals of the world, what are certain fashion capitals that we think of? New York, Milan, right? Well, what Sebastian wanted to do is continue with that trailblazing and innovative spirit. What they did is they teamed up with Simon Hamid to find